This is the today's Bible reading. David, the sweet psalmist, 2 Samuel 23:1. The last words of David are introduced by the epitaph, the son of Jesse, the man raised up on high, the anointed of the God of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Israel. David and Psalms are ever considered together in the tradition of Israel. Psalms are often thought of as poems or songs. In the Hebrew tradition, the Psalms are known as songs of praise. While other themes are exhibited in the Psalms, praise is the most pronounced feature. Music was a regular part of ancient life, accompanying mourners at funerals, priests at temples, brides at weddings, and the solitary individual in contemplation. Within this musical culture, the Psalms were Israel's worship songs, offering reflection on the experiences of life. In the stories that surround David, Psalms are shown to be an integral part of his life. His skill at playing the harp was widely known and highly appreciated. When David became king, he appointed professional singers to perform religious duties. David himself rendered songs of praise at special religious occasions. In these services, music was used as a vehicle for prophesying. The book of Psalms is often associated with David because the superscriptions, or psalm titles, ascribe a large number of the psalms to David or to an event in his life. After his death, David's fame as a psalmist grew even larger. While the Hebrew Bible associates David with the 73 Psalms, later translations increase the number of Psalms ascribed to him. The Dead Sea Psalms scroll claims that David wrote 4,050 psalms and songs, all given him by divine inspiration from the Lord. Book of Psalms, chapter 23, David's last words. Now these are the last words of David. Thus says David, the son of Jesse, thus says the man raised up on high, the anointed of the God of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Israel. The Spirit of the Lord spoke by me, and his word was on my tongue. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spoke to me. He who rules over man must be just, ruling in the fear of God. And he shall be like the light of the morning when the sun rises, a morning without clouds, like the tender grass springing out of the earth, by clear shining after rain. Although my house is not so with God, yet he has made me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things and secure. For this is all my salvation and all my desire. Will he not make it increase? But the sons of rebellion shall all be as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. But the man who touches them must be armed with the iron and the shaft of a spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in their place. David's mighty men. These are the names of the mighty men whom David had: Josheb-Basshebeth, the Techmonite, chief among the captains. He was called Adino, the Eznite, because he had killed 800 men at one time. And after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Ahohite, one of the three mighty men with David, when they defied the Philistines who were gathered there for battle. And the man of Israel had retreated. He arose and attacked the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand stuck to the sword. The Lord brought about a great victory that day, and the people returned after him only to plunder. And after him was Shammah the son of Agi the Hararite. The Philistines had gathered together into a troop where there was a piece of ground full of lentils. So the people fled from the Philistines. But he stationed himself in the middle of the field, defended it, and killed the Philistines. So the Lord brought about a great victory. Then 3 of the 30 chief men went down at harvest time and came to David at the cave of Adullam. And the troop of Philistines encamped in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in the stronghold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David said with a longing, "Oh, that someone would give me a drink of water from the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate." So the 3 mighty men broke through the camp of the Philistines, drew water from the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink it, but poured it out to the Lord. And he said, "Far be it from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is this not the blood of the men who went in jeopardy of their lives?" Therefore he would not drink it. These things were done by the 3 mighty men. Now Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief of another 3. He lifted his spear against 300 men, killed them, and won a name among these 3. Was he not the most honored of 3? Therefore he became their captain. However, he did not attain to the first 3. Benaiah was the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man from Kabzeel, who had done many deeds. He had killed 2 lion-like heroes of Moab. He also had gone down and killed a lion in the midst of a pit on a snowy day, and be killed an Egyptian, a spectacular man. The Egyptian had a spear in his hand, so he went down to him with a staff, wrested the spear out of the Egyptian's hand, and killed him with his own spear. These things Benaiah the son of Jehoiada did, and won a name among 3 mighty men. He was more honored than the 30, but he did not attain to the first 3, and David appointed him over his guard. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30. Elhanan, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Shammah the Harodite, Elika the Harodite, Heles the Peltite, Ira the son of Ikesh the Tekoite, Abiezer the Anatotite, Mebunai the Hushatite, Zalmon the Ahohite, Maharai the Netophatite, Helep the son of Bana the Netophatite, Ittai the son of Ribai from Gibeah of the children of Benjamin, Benaniah a Piratonite, Hiddai from the brooks of Gash, Abi Elban the Arbatite, Asmabeth the Barhumite, Eliaphah the Shalbanite of the sons of Yashan, Jonathan, Shammah the Hararite, Ahiam the son of Sharar the Hararite, Eliphelet the son of Asabai, the son of the Maccatite, Eliam the son of Ahitophel the Gilonite, Hezrai the Carmelite, Parai the Arbite, Igal the son of Nathan of Jobah, Bani the Gedite, Zelek the Ammonite, Naharai the Beerotite, armor-bearer of Joab the son of Zeruiah, Ira the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, and Uriah the Hittite, 37 in all. Transition, priestly account, David's reign. The historian of Chronicles presents a very different picture of David than does the historian of Samuel. A small example of the chronicler's work is David's victory over Moab. In 1 Samuel 8:2, David summarily executes 2/3 of his Moabite prisoners of war. The chronicler, however, concerned to show David in his very best light, tells of the victory while omitting these brutal executions. The chronicler goes to greater length to avoid David's failures. For instance, Chronicles completely omits any reference either to David's sin with Bathsheba or to the civil war with Absalom. Avoiding all unpleasantness in this way, the chronicler is able to tell of David's reign rather quickly. Now, book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 18, David's further conquests. After this, it came to pass that David attacked the Philistines, subdued them, and took Gath and its towns from the hand of the Philistines. Then he defeated Moab, and the Moabites became David's servants, and brought tribute. And David defeated Hadadezer, king of Zobah, as far as Hamath, as he went to establish his power by the river Euphrates. David took from him 1,000 chariots, 7,000 horsemen, and 20,000 foot soldiers. Also David hamstrung all the chariot horses, except that he spared enough of them for 100 chariots. When the Syrians of Damascus came to help Hadadezer, king of Zobah, David killed 22,000 of the Syrians. Then David put garrisons in Syria of Damascus, and the Syrians became David's servants and brought tribute. So the Lord preserved David wherever he went, and David took the shields of gold that were on the servants of Hadadezer and brought them to Jerusalem. Also from Tibhath and from Chun, cities of Hadadezer, David brought a large amount of bronze with which Solomon made the bronze sea, the pillars, and the articles of bronze. Now when king of Hamath heard that David had defeated all the army of Hadadezer, king of Zobah, he sent Hadoram, his son, to King David to greet him and bless him because he had fought against Hadadezer and defeated him, for Hadadezer had been at war with Tou. And Hadoram brought with him all kinds of articles of gold, silver, and bronze. King David also dedicated these to the Lord, along with the silver and gold that he had brought from all these nations, from Edom, from Moab, from the people of Ammon, from the Philistines, and from Amalek. Moreover, Abishai the son of Zeruiah killed 18,000 Edomites in the valley of Salt. He also put garrisons in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's servants, and the Lord preserved David wherever he went. Transition: the promise of military victory. Not only does the superscription of Psalm 60 place this psalm precisely, but so also does the text of the psalm itself. Most psalms intentionally use very general language, referring to unspecified enemies. In contrast, Psalm 60 names particular surrounding kingdoms, the nations that David conquered, in its superscription and text. The psalm expresses the hope that God will bring future victory over enemies. In chapter 18, the chronicler summarized David's victories over Philistia, Moab, Aram, Syria, and Edom with the report that the Lord preserved David wherever he went. In the final account of David's wars with the Ammonites, Philistines, and descendants of the giant, Chronicles continues to show that God's blessing was upon David. Book of Psalm 60. Urgent prayer for the restored favor of God. O God, you've cast us off. You've broken us down. You've been displeased. Oh, restore us again. You've made the earth tremble. You have broken it. Heal its breaches, for it is a shaking. You've shown your people hard things. You've made us drink the wine of confusion. You have given a banner to those who fear you, that it may be displayed because of the truth. that your beloved may be delivered. Save with your right hand and hear me. God has spoken in his holiness. I will rejoice. I'll divide Shechem and measure out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim also is the helmet for my head. Judah is my lawgiver. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom I'll cast my shoe. Philistia, shout in triumph because of me. Who will bring me to the strong city? Who will lead me to Edom? Is it not you, O God, who cast us off? And you, O God, who did not go out with our armies? Give us help from trouble, for the help of man is useless. Through God we will do valiantly, for it is he who shall tread down our enemies. Book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 18, 14 through 28. David's administration. So David reigned over all Israel and administered judgment and justice to all his people. Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was over the army. Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilud, was a recorder. Zadok, the son of Ahitub, and Abimelech, the son of Abiathar, were the priests. Shabshah was the scribe. Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was over the Kerethites and the Pelethites. And David's sons were chief ministers at the king's side. Chapter 19 of the 1st Chronicles. The Ammonites and Syrians defeated. It happened after this that Nahash, the king of the people of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his place. Then David said, I will show kindness to Hanun, the son of Nahash, because his father showed kindness to me. So David sent messengers to comfort him concerning his father. And David's servants came to Hanun in the land of the people of Ammon to comfort him. And the princes of the people of Ammon said to Hanun, do you think that David really honors your father because he has sent comforters to you? Did his servants not come to you to search and to overthrow and to spy out the land? Therefore Hanun took David's servants, shaved them, and cut off their garments in the middle at their buttocks, and sent them away. Then some went and told David about the men, and he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, wait at Jericho, until your beards have grown, and then return. When the people of Ammon saw that they had made themselves repulsive to David, Hanun and the people of Ammon sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire for themselves chariots and horsemen from Mesopotamia, from Syrian Makkah, and from Zobah. So they hired for themselves 32,000 chariots with the king of Makkah and his people, who came and encamped before Medeba. Also the people of Ammon gathered together from their cities and came to battle. Now when David heard of it, he sent to Joab and all the army of the mighty men. Then the people of Ammon came out and put themselves in battle array before the gate of the city. And the kings who had come were by themselves in the field. When Joab saw that the battle line was against him before and behind, he chose some of Israel's best and put them in battle array against the Syrians. And the rest of the people he put under the command of Abishai, his brother, and they set themselves in battle array against the people of Ammon. Then he said, if the Syrians are too strong for me, then you shall help me. But if the people of Ammon are too strong for you, then I'll help you. Be of good courage, and let us be strong for our people and for the cities of our God. And may the Lord do what is good in his sight. So Joab and the people who were with him drew near for the battle against the Syrians, and they fled before him. When the people of Ammon saw that the Syrians were fleeing, they also fled before Abishai, his brother, and entered the city. So Joab went to Jerusalem. Now, when the Syrians saw that they had been defeated by Israel, they sent messengers and brought the Syrians who were beyond the river. And Shaphat, the commander of Hadadezer's army, went before them. When it was told to David, he gathered all Israel, crossed over the Jordan, and came upon them, and set up in battle array against them. So when David had set up in battle array against the Syrians, they fought with him. Then the Syrians fled before Israel, and David killed 7,000 charioteers and 40,000 foot soldiers of the Syrians, and killed Shaphat, the commander of the army. And when the servants of Hadadezer saw that they were defeated by Israel, they made peace with David and became his servants. So the Syrians were not willing to help the people of Ammon anymore. Gates and fortified cities in 1 Chronicle 19:9. Battles were often fought near the gate of a city, which was its most vulnerable defensive feature. City gates were made of wood, so it was easier for enemies to gain access to the city by beating them down or setting them on fire than by storming or undermining the stone walls. For this reason, a number of developments were added to city gates to make them a stronger part of a fortified city's overall defense. One building strategy was to make the approach to the city a long, narrow ramp. Such ramps ran parallel to one of the city's walls and were often built along the wall from right to left. Enemy soldiers carrying shields were forced to turn nearly backwards to defend themselves. Even in ancient times, people were mostly right-handed. Furthermore, enemies had to run the length of the wall before they came to the first gate. This process exposed them to observation and attack from the city's defenders. These gatehouses were part of a castle-like building similar to towers. Defenders were stationed on the roofs of these complexes and behind the doors. If enemy soldiers succeeded in gaining entrance, they found themselves confined to a narrow passage that made a sharp right turn toward the main gate. Of course, defenders were not only blocking the passage, but were also stationed above on the walls of the passage. If enemies survived this gauntlet, they still faced the city's primary gate. The main gate was a multi-chambered structure resembling an extra large tower. It consisted of up to 4 separate sets of gates, behind which were chambers for defending soldiers. The roofs of these gate structures were designed so that the defenders had clear aim at the attackers. This is the end of the Bible reading today. Thanks for joining me. God bless you. Have a great day and see you tomorrow again.